Cisco Show, ladies and gentlemen. Don't touch that dial. Look, if you're concerned about your health and your health of your children, stick around. It's only a half-hour show. There is no commercials. It's a half-hour steady information. There'll be no profanity. There'll be no nudity. There'll be strictly something to help you, your health for your family, okay? And we have someone from the health department, Montgomery County Health Department, and her name is Rebecca Ruddick.
Yes.
Did I pronounce that right?
You did.
Wow, that's 1 point there. Okay, now she's supervisor for the Division of Communicable. Did I pronounce that right?
Communicable.
Communicable diseases with Montgomery County Health Department. In other words, computable. It goes from one to the other.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Exactly.
Don't have to worry about that now. I like them big words, you know. So all right now. But ladies and gentlemen, you know, doctors don't make house visits anymore. So we're coming into your home, and we're going to give you some information. You can save some money on prevention and what to do and then how to detect it. So now we're talking about three diseases, right? Right? That have to do with children growing up. I know I had one. I had the mumps when I was a kid.
Right.
But now you have, we're going to talk about chicken pox, right?
Yes.
And the pertussis, what's that? How do you pronounce that?
Pertussis, or
Pertussis.
whooping cough.
Well, I'll give it an Italian accent. Pertussis. Stuna, right. And then the whooping. I always thought it was whooping. Now, how do you?
Whooping cough.
Whooping. I thought it was whooping,
Yeah.
but it's whooping.
People say it differently.
It's coughing, right?
Yes.
And
lots of
okay,
coughing.
now I got some questions here. Naturally, I don't know all these questions, and I don't know all the answers. So you came prepared. I want to thank Dr. Domino from the health department for allowing her to come here and talk. He's always had somebody here talking about something about water, the air, and everything. So
Right.
we say an informed nation is a healthy nation.
That's right.
So we want to be healthy. All right. What is this? We're not going to use that pabucci. We're going to call it whooping cough, okay?
Yes.
I can't pronounce them big words. But it's the same thing, right?
It is. It is
Whooping
the
cough.
same
Now,
thing.
what's a scoop? What is it?
What is whooping cough?
Right.
It is actually a bacteria that you get from person to person.
Right.
And it gets into your lungs, and it causes a cough that lasts longer than 14 days.
And the whole chest hurts when you
Yes.
cough, right?
Yeah. A lot of times
Right.
people will complain of, a hard cough, where it'll hurt when you actually cough. But there is ways to prevent this.
Yeah.
This isn't something that everyone has to get. There is a series of vaccinations that you can get to prevent this.
Oh, yeah, they found something to prevent it. Okay,
Yes,
all right.
absolutely.
Now, what are the symptoms now? What's the scoop
The
on that?
symptoms of whooping cough and pertussis are, the big one is a cough, but it's not your ordinary average cough.
It's a,
Yes.
right down deep. Right?
Yes, it's that deep noise. But actually, I need to add in there, not everyone gets that whooping noise anymore, that deep, barky cough. Most children that are vaccinated and that have received their series of vaccinations won't have that barky, noisy cough.
Years ago, you had to get vaccination before you went to school. Is that, they still do that or what?
It is. It is a requirement that you have to be vaccinated prior to school. However, Pennsylvania is one of, I believe it's 7 or 8 states in the entire United States that allows religious or ethical exemptions with vaccinations.
What do you mean ethical? What do you mean? Somebody religious?
Yes, meaning someone can sign a waiver or a consent form saying that their personal belief is against vaccinations. And then that allows their child to still be in school, but they're not immunized against these diseases.
Yeah, but then there's a chance that they're going to get that disease and give it to somebody else.
Exactly.
So what do you do?
Well, we encourage vaccine as much as possible. If you're against vaccine, unfortunately, we encourage lots of good prevention measures.
I think if someone wants to be singled out, that I don't want to be the prevention medicine, then they ought to put a little sign on them and say, look, I didn't take the shot, and I might be carrying the germs. So who's going to get around with hit the road?
What we actually do is when you have a child who does have pertussis or whooping cough, and they're in class, and say we get additional children that come down with it, there are exclusion recommendations for the children who aren't properly vaccinated. And that can include up to 21 days out of school if the children aren't properly immunized.
They were pretty tough years ago on that. I remember, well, you're saying that, if somebody had the mumps, the whooping cough, measles, and all, they
Right.
would come and the health department would come and put a yellow, sort of yellow or orange with black letters, and say this is the person's or whatever the wording, but they had this whatever it is, and they were quarantined, and nobody could go in the house or out. Okay.
Right.
They
Right.
did what for 5 or 6 or 7 days or so, right?
Right.
But you know what? We had wooden doors. Who had metal doors? They could go boom, boom, and they attack. But come on. Today, the guy. I mean, people pay like $300-400 for a door.
It's
Can
true.
you imagine somebody come over attacking?
I
Oh
know.
boy. Well, times change.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore. No more signs on doors. So it's really, we make
So
the
in other words,
recommendation.
it's a volunteer thing, right?
Unfortunately, it is. It's that we make the recommendation, and really, we encourage the parents to follow it.
I
so
think
they
they
don't
should be. I
infect.
think the people that it's almost like people riding around the car without no insurance. I think they ought to be
Right.
identified, like the football players yesterday. They had a pink ribbon, pink shoes, pink hat. So let them wear something pink or pink. No, I don't know what color we're gonna pick. I don't know, maybe lavender blue or something. Everybody with lavender blue. Get away from them. You got whooping coughs. No, but everybody just coughs. Now you don't cough in your hand no more, right? You don't
No.
no more. That's over here.
We
right?
encourage the elbow, coughing
the-
or sneezing into the elbow.
Yeah, how about if you get water in the elbow? Then what? Then you got another problem.
I don't know, you're out of
Oh,
luck.
well, okay, that's another story. All right, how does it spread?
It spreads from person to person.
And we're talking about
Whooping
whooping cough
cough.
and chicken pox.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This will
Same
spread.
little worm.
Yeah,
I
kind
call
of
them a worm.
different. Kind of different.
Sure. Okay.
It's a bacteria.
One flies, one walks.
Well, pertussis and whooping cough is a bacteria. Chickenpox is a virus.
Wait, run that by me again now.
Okay. Whooping cough
Yeah,
is a
that's what-
bacteria.
Right.
Right. And chickenpox is actually a virus.
Okay, it's a virus. It
Yes.
gets through your whole system.
Right.
Okay. But how does it spread?
It spread airborne. So
Coughing in somebody's face?
inhaling someone's respiratory secretions, if someone sneezes or coughs, all those respiratory particles go out into the air, and then you would get whooping cough by inhaling those secretions and those respiratory droplets.
Yeah, I remember they just started doing this. Everybody used
Yes.
to cough this way. I remember in church where you shake hands near the end, the peace.
Right.
And one guy was standing next to me, go, hoo, hoo, and then, hoo, hoo. And then time comes to shake hands, and he puts his hand out, and I went, hello there. Forget it. But, all right, now, how about diagnose? How do you diagnose? What's the scoop on that? How do I know when it's just a cough or a little dry cough or?
Well, you definitely have to go to your physician.
Right.
The classic signs and symptoms that you'd be
When in
looking
doubt,
for.
check it out. Right.
You got to check it out. You'd be looking for a cough. You'd also be looking for you cough so hard that you lose your breath.
Right.
Like you have to gasp for air at the
yeah.
end of your cough.
You know when you got it, yeah.
Right, or you might gag or vomit after you cough.
Wow.
But it definitely has to be diagnosed by a family physician
Right.
or any medical doctor.
It's a lot cheaper.
The proper test that you have to do is what is called an NP swab.
Whoa, what's that?
That's-
Again, big words again.
That stands for nasopharyngeal swab. That is where the doctor will take a swab. He will actually, it's a nasal swab, so it
You're
goes,
listening now. We're giving you free information here. The doctor's visit costs you $20, $30, whatever it is. If you don't, go ahead.
so it goes in through your nose, and they take the sample. They then send it off to the lab, and then the lab will determine if the bacteria is
Okay.
detected.
All right, they can test it on the mic, right? Okay.
Right.
And now, there is some way of preventing with children, right? There is
There is.
prevention for chicken pox and whatever, whatever. Okay.
There is. There's
What are some of the preventions? What can you do?
First and foremost, the best protection is to get vaccinated.
Okay, that's one.
for
Get
ch-
vaccinated.
For
right.
children, it is called a DTaP vaccination. It's a combination vaccination. So in one shot, you get protection against diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis or whooping cough. And it is a series of 5 vaccinations. So children, by the time they enter kindergarten, will have had 5 DTaP vaccinations.
Ah,
But it's also important to add here that it can also be prevented in adults.
Okay.
This is something that the vaccine does wear off over time. Vaccines are never 100%.
Well,
So as you get older,
yeah.
you do need a booster. So I need a booster.
I'm 85. Should I get a booster,
You
right?
need a booster. Yes, adults.
You can
and
still get, adults get it too, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, my.
Absolutely.
You listen, everybody listening, the adults too. It's not, we're just talking about juveniles here. We're talking about adults. What, are you finished with that?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Does the health department educate teachers to be able to detect there's a problem, a kid comes to school? Are they on the same page?
We have been seeing pertussis throughout the county now for a while. So a lot of the teachers.
Can they refer?
Absolutely. What they'll do is the teachers will most likely send their students down to their school nurse.
That's right. The teacher. Okay. All right.
Yep.
That's good. That's the avenue. That's the bridge. In other words, the teacher detects something and she notifies the nurse. Okay. Good. All right.
Right.
And then the nurse bob and weave with the health department
Right.
and the doctor, physician.
The nurse
Okay.
will send them out of school, make them see their physician, and then we end up getting a definite diagnosis.
Okay. Right. All right. What about prevention for teens and adults?
For teens and adults, lots of good hand washing. Again, anyone aged 11 to, I believe it's 64, is eligible for a booster, which is called Tdap. And that stands for tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis.
Wow.
So it's, again, the combination vaccine, but it boosts an adult's immunity to the diseases.
It's good to ask your family physician, do I have that? I mean,
It is.
okay.
Just do a regular, next time you go to your family
What
physician.
do they call that?
Immunization, like an immunization check.
Yeah, in other words, and it takes care of 2 or 3 things at one
Yes,
time?
it's a combination vaccine, and it'll give you a boost for 3 different diseases all at once.
Wow. And like I say, if adults get it too, what about chickenpox? What's the scoop on that now?
Chickenpox is something that we commonly see in school-age children, and certainly with it being back to school,
Right.
we need to remind everybody that even though the hype right now is about influenza and flu,
Everything, yeah.
right,
yeah.
we need to remind everybody
there's other
that
things there.
these other diseases are still out there. They're still, affecting children. Chickenpox is something where, and commonly most of us had it when we were kids.
Right. I had the mumps.
Yes.
And I had measles. I don't know if I had measles. I don't know, but I know other kids in the school and my neighbor. I lived on on Chetson Street between Sweet and DeKalb.
Okay.
And there were a lot of teenagers there. In fact, there were 6 policemen lived on the one block.
Oh.
We all had to be good, But that was something I remember. We would go, oh, let's go see, everybody had a nickname, Snubber, and everybody had a nickname. And we go over there, all right, we're going to go call, we're going to need another baseball player, need an outfielder or something. We go over there and here's a sign on the door.
Uh-oh.
And they used to come in early in the morning to put them signs on there.
Yeah.
And they didn't knock on the door and tell you, they just put them on,
Well, we don't do that
and
anymore.
with a letter,
Yeah. Sometimes we'll have to send a contact letter, like if we're making calls to a parent so we can get more information about what's going on.
Right.
So we can see who they've been in close contact with, so we can get the people
Oh, that's right.
that they've been in contact with treatment.
It's always good for somebody to, tell who he travels with, and in case they have to follow up, they don't want, the thing to spread. That's one way
Exactly.
of preventing it, right?
Yep, and there's preventative medicine as well.
Right. How about chickenpox? How's that spread? Is that different?
It's
almost
actually,
like the flu.
yeah, it's spread the exact same way as whooping cough. It's airborne. So someone who has chickenpox or is incubating chickenpox, if they sneeze or they cough and you again inhale those droplets, you can in fact get chickenpox. It's very contagious.
How about that? But all right, now we got one other here. Chickenpox. What's that? Parties a good idea. Now what's the scoop? A chickenpox party. Good idea. What do you mean
parties. Chickenpox parties. They're actually, it's something that they are very, very popular with. Parents would rather have their children get chickenpox than actually get the vaccine. And this is, some parents who don't want to get vaccines will encourage this.
Well, in other words, you get that. You can only get it one time.
Well, yes.
Is that what they're thinking? Get it once and get
The
it over
thought
with?
is that you only get chickenpox one time, and then you actually build up like a natural immunity to it. But as an adult, you can get shingles.
Oh, that's a lot of scratching
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, I never had that. I'm
Yep.
85, man, I'm telling you, you get everything by the time you're 85. So, cataracts, 2 hearing aids, 2 hip replacements, colon cancer, chest, prostate cancer, what else? 2 bunions, and what else? You know, so I'm still bobbing and weaving now.
That's a good
I'm making a lot of
thing.
new parts. But party, what do you
By parties, it means they will find another child that's in the class who actually has chickenpox
Yeah.
and purposely expose their child to it so that they can get the disease and then build up the natural immunity rather than getting the vaccination to prevent the disease.
Oh.
So we highly,
But
highly
is there a
discourage.
reaction to it? Maybe people are afraid because is there a reaction to the shot?
There is not a reaction to the vaccine. Really, the vaccine, like I said, they're not 100%. So sometimes even if you
Right.
do get the vaccine,
get
you
it.
can get a mild case of chickenpox.
Yeah.
But instead of being covered with, say, 200 lesions,
Right.
you're only going to have maybe 25
Right,
or 50
right.
lesions.
And then they could have had a little touch of it before they got that shot too. You never know. You know, that could have been, you know, so you don't blame it on it. Now, how can we prevent this disease? Okay, there's a lot of preventions.
There
Let
are.
me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's round them off here. Wet your hands, clean running water, and apply soap. Warm water if it's not available. Okay,
Right.
But you have it, right.
So the
Warm water.
best way to prevent any disease is good hand washing.
With soap, right?
With soap, exactly. So what you want to do is you actually want to turn on your water,
Right.
make it warm. You want to wet your hands.
Right.
Then you want to
Wet your hands first, right?
Wet your
I guess,
hands
right.
first. Wet your
Right.
hands first. You want to pump some soap.
Right.
You want to lather them up really good. You want to remember
Right.
the backs of your hands.
Yeah.
In
Now,
between,
right, that's another thing.
Yes.
The doctor was saying, in between your fingers.
In
Now,
between
you
your
see when a doctor's
fingers.
going to perform an operation, some puts his hands up,
Yes.
and he's going like this, he's going like this. Oh, my God, you know, come on, well, when are you going to
yes,
finish?
it's really, Hank,
Right.
you almost have to
Sure,
pretend.
because you go like this here, and they're all inside here.
Right, you almost have to pretend like you are a physician and you are scrubbing in for surgery to do it properly. So you want to lather up your hands really
Good.
well in between
And how
backs
many-
of hands.
But 15 to 20 seconds.
15 to 20 seconds. So this is, we like to say, sing happy birthday.
Yeah, okay, like this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me. Okay, but I like to say, way Marie, quando sono giovesti per me. Okay, well, that's for the Italian audience, okay? So, all right, now, here we go. Rinse hands under running water.
Yes.
Okay, all right?
Rinse hands
Okay.
under the water. Don't
Right.
turn the water off yet. Keep the
No,
water
keep-
running.
right.
Okay, then you want to grab your paper towel.
Paper towel.
Yes. You
Okay.
want to dry off your hands completely
Right.
with a clean, dry paper towel.
Make sure that right disposal, right?
Well, you want to turn off the water with that towel first.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Because if you rinse your hands and then you turn off the faucet, you've just reinfected your hands with germs. So you need to get that towel first, dry your hands, and then turn off your faucet with the towel.
Oh, okay. All right. Try it now. How about this other solutions or stuff you you push like in different hospitals and doctors' offices and schools where they push it at some kind of you wash you're not washing you're killing the germs.
The germs, exactly.
But you kill the germs, but the germs are still there, right? They're all
Yes.
dead.
They're
right?
all dead. You got dead germs
So you're
on
walking
your
around
hands.
with dead germs.
Yes.
So what do I do? Got to wash them off.
What we're talking about is alcohol-based hand sanitizer. So if you don't have hand washing facilities available, you don't have clean running water or soap available, it's okay to use hand sanitizer. It will kill the germs on your hands.
Right.
What happens though is the dead germs, stay on your hands. So we always encourage that the next time you
Yeah, they
get
ain't
to
gonna
a
hurt anybody.
facility,
No,
right,
right,
they're
right,
dead.
right.
But
then
the
we'll get
next
'em-
time you get to a hand washing facility, we encourage that you do wash your hands with soap and
Okay,
water.
Right. Dry your hands with paper towel dry. Okay. And always use soap, water. The hands are if they're visibly dirty, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
And all right, what else now? What else got that?
The attention for the school year. So pertussis is something to definitely watch out for. Really want to make sure, and it's especially dangerous to infants, whooping cough. I just wanted to go back and say that, especially dangerous to infants. Over half of the infants who got whooping cough last year actually had to be hospitalized. It's very,
Okay.
very dangerous and can be fatal to infants.
What age is about the most chance of getting it?
Well, typically at the health department, we see a lot of kids ages 7 to 10
7 to
getting
10.
this. Because what happens, Mr. Cisco, is they get these 5 vaccinations before they go into kindergarten. So they go through kindergarten, they go through 1st grade, 2nd grade. Now by the time they get to 3rd grade, 4th, 5th, they're in that age range of 7 to 10.
Okay, right.
And there's no vaccination for them to boost their immunity at that point.
Oh.
So it turns out that they have low immunity to it, and then they're more likely to get the disease.
And now, how's the health department coordinate with the schools
With the
throughout
schools?
Montgomery County?
Well, we will
That's a
get.
big job with all the
It
schools in
is.
Montgomery County.
It
you know?
is. We are a very big county.
Right, right.
I believe the latest count was a little under 1 million residents. So the health department has a full-time job.
Right.
It's very, very busy for us. We get our reports from a couple different avenues. Report by either the laboratory, the physician, or the school nurse. Sometimes we'll hear about it from the school nurse.
School nurse is the one that's
Very
the closest
important
to it.
job,
Right,
yes.
right.
School nurses have a very, very
Right,
important job. So we'll get that report. We will investigate the report with the physician. We'll also make contact with the child's parent. We'll notify them of the lab results if their physician hasn't already, which most likely they already know. We also make the recommendation when we contact the parent that all members of the household who are under that child's roof
Right.
get treatment so that they do not also get it, because they're what is considered close contacts.
Okay.
So
And you advise them to stay in the houses?
we advise,
Try not to go to meetings and stuff like that? Or
well,
what
we
the-
advise the sick child, they need to stay in the house.
Right. You don't have to go nailing the sign
No,
on the door.
no signs.
Might have to
no
get back to
signs.
that, you know?
No signs.
Did a good job, I guess, you know? So go ahead.
So the sick child stays in the house. Any siblings that are well, feeling okay, and are not coughing, they can be in school. It's not like the whole family has to stop what they're doing. Just
Right.
that sick child needs to stay away from the public. So mom or dad really shouldn't be taking, that child to the grocery store with them or to church. They really should keep them home. Once
Right.
they start that first day of treatment, they
Right.
need to stay home for 5 days.
Right.
And that's 5 days
If they don't
from
take care of the 5 days, it might go longer, then you're
Exactly.
more problems.
Exactly. Whooping
Right.
cough is nicknamed the 100-day cough.
Right.
So typically we don't see it last that long because there is in fact treatment for it.
Right. But there is a vaccination now. Did they
There
always
is.
have that or what?
They did. It came out a while ago, and it's something that has been, implemented into the childhood immunization series.
But I don't hear too many people getting this, unless it's making the rerun,
Right.
I don't know.
Actually, this has
I'm not a
actually
kid anymore, so I don't, I don't know what the scoop is on that.
this has made a comeback
that's what a
in the
comeback,
United
right.
States, a
Like
large
Rocky.
comeback.
Come back, right.
Exactly.
Come back punching hard. Right?
It is one of the most prevalent vaccine preventable diseases in the United States right now.
And it could lead to other things too, right?
Right.
And when the kid gets sick, then the mother has to stay home, and then she gets depressed, and she can't go to work and stuff.
Right.
It really so.
It
it's best-
does. It
it's
does.
best
It
to
takes
be
a
alert,
toll.
right?
It is. It's best to be alert. We like to say at the health department, parents typically know their children best.
Right. Right.
So they are able to sense when something is more wrong than
Right.
usual. So they kind of have that insight and that intuition that you know, there might be something more there than just the common cold or you know, that allergy cough.
You know, you're one of my best knowledgeable guests I've ever had on.
Oh, thank you.
You know, that I didn't have to pull answers out. You know, how long you been on the job there?
I have been with the health department for 2 years now.
How many?
2.
2. Good.
Yes.
Well, you're well versed. You're right there, and I know you have your heart in it. Okay.
Thank you.
So I want to thank it's here, but I just want to cut a little short notice. Don't forget, we got a book here, Norristown, all about Norristown. They're for sale all over. And then one thing I want to thank the Borough of Norristown, or the municipality of Norristown. They fixed Main Street. It's no more big bumps now. You can ride down Main Street without getting a flat tire. And I thought that was great. You know, I just want to throw a bouquet there. And also, when you go by the Columbus Monument out at the Elmwood Park, look at night, the beautiful waterfalls, fountain, and with different colors. So a lot of little things are going on, okay? So I'm going to thank you very much.
Thank
and,
you.
So I'll, okay. Way Marie,
Yes.
don't forget to wash your hands. Don't forget, everything's going to go, right?
Yep,
So-
absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for allowing us to come in there, your home, a home visit, and we didn't charge you, okay? So until we meet again, keep bobbing and weaving, and here's a little, how's a load for you?
Yes.
There.